What's going on, everybody? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with a new video. I know y'all not used to seeing 2 videos in a week, but we had to follow up with an emergency video about Miss Carlee Russell, or as Mikkel calls her, Carlee Russell Smollett.
Yeah. No, I took the Russell off.
Carlee Smollett.
Yeah.
All right. So, you know, when we made the video a couple nights ago, we were kind of like, well, all of this stuff is not adding up. It's not making sense. Something isn't right. You don't want to call it a hoax, but kind of like if it looked like a duck and quacked like a duck, it is a duck.
It's a duck.
It's a duck. And, you know, it kind of came out like the same night that, you know, somebody was like Googling her hospital history. And now all of that stuff I'm not with. And whoever posted that stuff, I hope that they do get fired. Now, from when I was at work yesterday, Carlee was just trending on Twitter, and I was trying to find out why, and then a lot of people who were in support of her were very disappointed. And I couldn't say that I was disappointed because I didn't know she was missing until she was found.
Until she was found.
I didn't know nothing, so I couldn't feel no type of way. But what I can say is she makes it harder for people. You know, a lot of people say just the black people when we are missing to, you know, to take it more seriously. But I feel like any police department, if they're told someone is missing, hurt, injured, whatever the case may be, they need to treat everyone the same. You know, not, oh, we're just going to investigate just a little bit because she's black, and most likely she's not missing, she just ran away. So I had a chance this morning. I had a chance tonight to watch the press conference with the police department in Birmingham. So and we had a chance to listen to the 911 tape, and she was saying that there was a baby that was on the side of the road. He was on her right side. He had a shirt on with diaper, with no shoes. He was white. She really couldn't tell if it was a boy or girl. And she was just going on and on and on, just describing and just making stuff up.
Just making it up.
You know, just going along. And the cops were saying, like, while they were on the phone with her, she traveled 600 yards, yeah, which is equivalent to 6 football fields. No, 600 yards. Yeah, 600 yards. So that was equivalent to 6 football fields while she allegedly is following this child. So you can't keep up with the child? She claimed that she was abducted by a man and a woman. They didn't want to put handcuffs on her because they didn't want to tie her hands too tight. Mind you, before this, she stole stuff from her job. She went to Target, went shopping. So the food that she bought was the same food that she claimed one of the girls fed her, but she couldn't see her face. She said she wasn't raped, but she wasn't sure. It was just a whole lot of nonsense going on. And the police, he didn't want to call her a liar, but he was saying a lot of stuff was adding up. And he was saying that her parents were really nice. He didn't say they were rude or anything. But of course they want to believe their daughter. Mm-hmm. This shit is ridiculous. She Googled the movie Taken. She Googled how much does an Amber Alert cost? How old do you have to be for Amber Alert? Shit you should know. I believe Amber Alert are for children, not for missing adults.
They are for children.
She also Googled,
you know, the Amber Alert is named after a child.
Yeah. And it's just like,
or is it Megan's Law?
No. Megan's Law is about sex offenders.
Yeah.
And
but Amber Alert. But I think Megan's Law is named after a child too. One of them was named after a child.
Megan. I mean, I believe her name was Megan Kenka, and she was raped or murdered. She was only like 7 years old. Damn, I can't remember. I can't remember how I remember this stuff. Right. But when you hear certain stuff, you remember.
You just don't forget, right?
Yeah. Damn, you know what I just went through my mind as a child? You remember the Amy Willard thing? Like, stuff like that. Some names you just never forget.
Well, remember, because we're old enough to remember when they had the missing kids on milk cartons.
Yes.
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 They
ended back in the back of those.
No. My mother used to tell me, you keep fucking with me, you'll be in the back of the milk carton. I never knew what that meant.
Well...
You keep fucking around, and they're gonna have you on the back of the milk carton.
But that was now. If they miss it, you can just post them on social media, and TikTok and all of that stuff. You know, but I feel bad for the boyfriend. The boyfriend is just like he took down his post. You know, of course, everybody talked about that. And he was just basically defending her, and he was glad that she was home. How he never gave up hope, and all of that, and damn, it's just like, Carlee, you really
She did.
Tried it.
That's a lot of, oh, excuse me, a yawn just came over. That's a lot of taxpayer dollars, police resource that went into looking for this woman.
Yeah, and they're trying to figure out what happened in these 49 hours since the phone call that she made at 9:34. Because after she hung up with the police, after she hung up with 911,
nobody never saw her again.
Yeah, she never. No, she called a family member, and then nobody ever heard from her again. And it was just showing how her phone was talking about how I believe her phone was in the area, and if some type of app she has on her phone, that's how they were able to determine how far she went.
Well, you don't need an app. She did all of that, and she don't watch First 48.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of these criminals, these murderers get killed. These police will ping your phone to see where your phone was and if it was in the area of the dead body when it happened.
Yeah.
I mean, it can take a little while for them to, get that. But, I mean, it's not hard for them to figure that out. Yeah. Like, our phones, they ping off of cell towers. So, wherever we are, if we're in an area with a cell tower, it's going to ping off of that. Yeah. So, a lot of people say that, the police should try to figure out. It does take time. It's not like something you could just look up right away. But it does, police do, use that.
And some girlfriends do detective work because if they've been Googling where you've been, they probably take your phone in the area and see if your phone connects to that internet.
Wi-Fi. Okay.
Yes.
Because mine does it all the time when I'm at somebody. Shut up. Okay.
Well, ain't nobody.
When I'm at a certain person's house, it connects all the time.
And it should, as it should.
I know.
I'm glad they did.
Yeah, because in that area, they ain't no damn good Wi-Fi, so I got to connect it. Telling on me.
Yeah. So everybody was like, why don't y'all believe? You want to believe. You want to believe this stuff. But it's also called common sense.
Which I've been telling people to use all day.
Yeah.
And yesterday.
Common sense. And it just wasn't adding up. It started for me when we could see the car parking. But what the police never showed us was her being abducted. We never seen her leave the area. They haven't showed like the other person or her chasing the child. And what's crazy is if she saw the child, why didn't nobody else see the child or call 911? And she said the child had to be about 3 or 4.
Not to mention, why didn't anybody see her?
Right.
Getting out of the car to help a child or being abducted. Because that was my thing too.
Yeah.
Nobody saw her get abducted.
And no one called 911. No one said that they had a missing child. Not that that really means anything because the child could be with the parent. They setting up a scheme.
Right.
But it's just that, girl, you do really make it harder for when our people are missing, when you do stuff like this, or for our people to be believed. People do stuff like this, people be ending up missing and they really not missing, but you want to believe that someone is missing. You got people doing search parties looking for you. And I want to know, what are the repercussions of this?
Me too. I talked about that last night a lot. I don't even know if that would even warrant being thrown in jail.
A heavy fine.
But a fine. I definitely thought about a fine. Because I don't know if there's something that you could say, I'm throwing somebody in jail because they lied about, being kidnapped, but I'm almost certain it's a fine.
In the beginning, she never said she could. Now, it also depends on what she told the cops.
Right. But but the police said that she was abducted. She never said in the beginning that she was missing, but they did. She told the police
in the trailer,
that she was abducted. Yeah.
And nobody seen this big rig, Carlee.
That's a shame, because when we're at work, me and one of my coworkers, whenever one of us, so my coworker and I, whenever there's a black employee on the job that's acting a plum fool in front of them, you know what them is, we always be like, just embarrassing all of us.
Right.
You just embarrassing all of us. Because them, they sit back real calm and quiet. They don't say nothing. They gonna know how to handle it professionally and awesome. But us, we rah, 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 rah. I don't give a fuck you. But them, they just sitting back and you be like, oh my god, look at them embarrassing us. And I feel like that with Carlee, like them cops. It's like they did that when they did the press conference. It's like, first of all, the tone and the police officer's voice when he was, giving the press. I said, this man didn't believe nothing this was telling him. He didn't believe nothing.
And he's really upset.
And he's upset.
Because they could have been looking for the real people that's out here missing. You want to play Taken. You want to play a video game or whatever you want to do where people are, Miss Carmen Sandiego, where in the world are you?
And then that's the game Googling movies like Taken. That's a movie. That's Hollywood, sis. Very good. You should see them all three. It's like 3 Takens. Very good. What's his name? Liam Neeson. He plays the father in Taken, but very good film. What's that? Because I think it's like three films. I think it's Taken 2, and Taken 3. Because one of them, his daughter gets kidnapped. I think the other one, his wife gets kidnapped.
Oh my god.
It's about a kidnapping.
So he's a
father. Yeah, it's a father trying to get his family back in each one. But they're very good action movies too. Really good. That's why she Googled Taken, because everybody knows Taken. Because Taken is a really popular series of films. But it's still Hollywood, sis.
Yeah.
Like, come on, use your fucking brain. And where does she work?
I believe she worked at a rehabilitation place. She stole toilet paper from
the... she's fired.
Yeah, she's never coming back.
Yeah, she lost her job.
People been calling her job and trying to find out what's going on.
Yeah, they're going to let her go.
If they didn't already let her go. Some stuff was true and some stuff was just out. They
definitely going to let her go. Because the job is going to be like, we don't need this attention on our business.
And your reputation is everything, even with jobs. Because I read this to people. They say you represent us inside and outside of these walls. Be aware of how you talk with your friends, your family, and your coworkers.
Yeah, a lot of jobs are like that. And for her to lie and say that she...
Yeah.
I can't even figure out the time that I would have to make up a story like that.
I wouldn't.
I don't have that kind of time, y'all.
Now, my friends better do something. Now, this is what I do. Now, y'all know if I have like a little cut up or if I'm meeting somebody or somebody come here, I would text them like, hey, this is the person's phone number or their picture.
Remember when I used to go out of town and I used to always let, when I was going out of town,
right?
I would let 3 people know, you, my sister, and Amber. I would always let y'all know when I was going out. Not that anything ever happened, with the person I was going out of town with, but something could happen while I was out of town. And y'all need to know that come Monday morning, if Mikkel's not back in Philly, this is where he's at, and we need to call up there to that.
And when I tell you, Mikkel used to be going like every weekend.
So I remember I would call my sister, I would text Amber and be like, listen, I'm
long bus ride.
Yes, I'm going out. This is where I'm going, so somebody can know. Because I'm a firm believer in something could happen, and you don't want your family trying to figure out, well, where the fuck are they at?
Yeah.
So then something did happen, y'all would know. Oh, we calling up there because the last time we spoke to him, that's where he was going.
And something with a family member of mine, an immediate family, they call themselves going out of town or meeting somebody. Come to find out they was about to be abducted.
Oh my god.
Yes, but this person wouldn't get off the bus. So thank God.
Your family member wouldn't get off the bus?
Yes. Yes. Now I don't really remember all of the details.
I think I know who you're talking about.
But I was really upset. Yes. I was really upset. But I don't remember the details.
I don't think he was going to be abducted. They probably was just going to rob him.
No. You never know. You out here in these woods. What are you doing all the way out there?
I didn't know he was in the woods.
Like,
oh my god.
This is,
and then he can't even see.
Stop. And even I never. Now, when I think about it now, for a day, I would go from North Philly to South Philly.
Yeah, but you're still in the city.
But I was like, right now, I'm not going too far. I'm not going too far as I can walk. You know, if I can't